February 18th, 2002, Monday. Slept in until mid-afternoon. Typed a letter to Marilyn, gave her a few poems and some song lyrics. I was going to mail them to her, but forgot it's President's Day. I'll have to do it tomorrow. It's 4 p.m., but it feels like 7 p.m. My dad is home and there's nothing to do. I want to go out and do something and not just sit here and whack it. Not literally, but I don't know. 8:50 p.m. I've been watching this news special on VH1 about hatecore, Aryan Nazi rock music, and I can't help but feel weak. I see these guys fighting and putting their lives on the line for something they believe in, and I'm sitting on my bed doing nothing. I don't agree with their message, but I also don't think that they're evil or really doing anything wrong. Racists and anti-racists are both equally useless. Let it go. Let them do what they want. If you go up against something, you only make it stronger by calling attention to it. Nobody is right and nobody is wrong. People will always bump heads and fight. Let it happen. It gives me something to watch. Watching this gives me an idea for a story that would be very controversial, as well as adds more to the story I've been brewing in my head for years about blacks and whites. 2:45 a.m., Tuesday. Well, I was bored and wanted some adventure, and I got more than I wanted. At about 9:45 p.m., I had to get the fuck out of my house. Like many times before, and added to that, I also needed Mountain Dew. So I leave and go driving and purchase a shitload of Mountain Dew and start to drive towards K7 via 87th/83rd Street. Then Jennifario and Porhelli called, and they continually bugged me about coming over to their house. And all the while I'm saying, no, I don't know, while secretly heading for their house. I got to their house about 10:30 p.m., and for the next 2.5 to 3 hours, it is just the three of us in Jennifario's room listening to music. And then I started to fuck things up. For Helly and I started to kiss and make out a bit. She wanted to do more, and I actually said no. I didn't want to. I did want to, but I didn't. I was too content with knowing that Marilyn was the last girl that I was with. Added to that, I also said that I'd never be with Porhelli again. I fucked both of those up. Porhelli and I had sex on her sister's bed. So now, Marilyn is no longer the last girl I'd been with. I swear I didn't want to. Even during. It didn't take long. I wasn't wanting to, but I did it anyway without really thinking. Porhelli said, well, you'll probably be with her again soon anyway. Which I highly doubted, and even if it does happen, I won't want that to happen either. I wouldn't want to be messing around with Porhelli and trying to be with Marilyn. That kind of shit is what fucked everything up in the first place. Anyway, I leave their house at 1 a.m. Try to leave, anyway. While walking to my truck, I discover that I don't have my keys. I left them and locked them in my truck. So now, I'm locked out of my truck, 30 miles from my house, at 1 a.m, and after leaving the house of 2 underage girls. I don't call Jennifario or go to the door. I just started walking to the gas station and called Jared. I so didn't want to bother anybody, especially him, but I had to. While talking to Jared, I see a cop pulling into the gas station parking lot I was heading to, and I tell Jared I'll call him back. So I asked this cop, and he called another one. I told him where to go, and I headed back. Walking back to Jennifario's, the second cop pulled up and drove me there, but unfortunately there wasn't anything he could do besides call a locksmith. So he left me there, and I called Jared back. He snuck his truck out and headed to come get me. To waste time, I walked a longer way to the Quick Trip I was at earlier and got some French vanilla cappuccino shit, sat, and waited. Jared got there around 2 a.m., and then Jennifario and Porhelli called me and asked what was going on. They were mad that I didn't go back to their house and wait for them until Jared got there. I initially didn't think they could have helped me with my truck, so I didn't think about waiting with them on Jared. I really hate myself for this, bothering Jared especially, and asking him to waste 2 hours of his sleeping time to come help stupid fucking me. But I also hate what I did with Porhelli. It's like a girl who fucks a guy but didn't really want to. They just don't want to say no, and then they regret it later. In this situation, I am the girl and Porhelli is the guy. I've never felt so bad before. I felt bad for doing it with her when dating Marilyn. Believe me, I did, but this time it really showed me how weak a person I am. or how weak I can be. I say something and then go back on that almost every chance I get. Why can't I change? Why do I keep doing this shit that not only hurts others, but myself also? Why do I hurt, period? End quote. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Linkin Park, song, the end.